Let's see how quickly we can stand up a previously existing Airtable database inside Softr's new databases so that we can build our new app inside Softr entirely. Okay, so I'm here on my Softr Studio, and I've already pulled data from my previous Airtable database by downloading it via CSV. There's going to be additional ways to import data from Airtable, Google Sheets, etc. In a little bit after beta is complete. But right now our options are to do a CSV download. So we're here inside our Softr Studio. We're here with our existing applications. Where you used to put all data sources, now you have an additional option to include your databases here inside Softr. So if we click inside here, we can see our existing databases as well as import data from other sources. Now we can create the new database here, or we can do import data and start from there as well. So let's do a CSV file. And I am going to pull two different ones. And so let's pull in our jobs seekers. Now we can see that we have all of the same fields that we had in our Airtable database here in our job seekers. And they're already mapped here for us. Let's import that data as a database. Now this color here and kind of the background imaging, that changes with each one. So you've got plenty of colors and options to choose from. You can also change the color here as well. I think what's fun about this is I can grab the hex code from my brand and I can make this database the exact brand that is in line with my branding colors. I love that aspect and option as well. I'm not limited to only a preset number of colors. I can change the icons here as well and change the name. Okay, so we see here I have my data here that's been pulled in. Let's add an additional table here from our other side of this database, so our job postings, so that we can match those items together. So we're going to import our data again into the second field, or second table, excuse me. And then if we go back here through our fields, let's take a look. So it's correctly mapped. Okay, so this is a text for our full name. I think that was a text there. And then we have our email, phone number. Now let's change this to a phone number itself, phone number field. Very nice. Let's change this LinkedIn to a URL field. And then there's plenty of things we could do here. Let's change this, are you willing to travel, to a single selection, which is called a selection here. We could make it single or multi-select. We're going to save. And does it pre-add? It does not. So that's where we would need to go in and add our individual components here. And pop this in here. Okay, yes. All right, so we have our respective, we have our data included. We also want to link this table to the other. And so let's find our field that was going to be that and change that to a linked relationship. Now each app calls this something different. Let's see if we can find, not so much. Okay, let's pull this over. Bye-bye. So we forget everything I just said about linking them together. So we have our list of folks that are seeking a job. We have our list of folks that are hiring for jobs. We now want to make a third table that is going to connect those two pieces together. So for this, we could do our CSV, but let's create it ourselves. And this we're going to do as a related record here. So this is going to be our job seekers or candidates. And then we'll do an additional one where we will do a job postings. So hiring managers. And you can change the option to do multiple or individuals as well. We're actually going to want that for both. So let's go back here and change that. And so now we'll be able to connect our individuals here or use automations, etc., to make those connections. One thing that I just saw, which I was explaining to a client today, is being able to add this record ID number. Now that is so important in so many things that you do. But we can have this record ID built innately. I was just explaining that to a client in Airtable today. We've got to pull in a formula. So it is really nice when databases add that as a field itself. So you can pull in that record ID. So this was a super quick transfer from Airtable into Softr Databases. If you're familiar with Airtable, it's going to feel very similar, but it also has its own softer flair, and they're only going to keep innovating and making changes and updates as well. So now that we have our database, what do we do with that inside Softr? So we can go back to our dashboard. We're seeing all of our databases here. We'll go into our apps, and from there we could, start scratch, template, etc. Let's just start from scratch for now, and we can use our Softr database inside the app itself. So we'll continue on here. And then just as you would have done in any other Softr app, you will set your data from the database you're using. And so we will select our list block here. It's auto adding in our Softr database because we chose that as our primary data source. And then we have our respective databases here. So this one, I believe, is our jobs. So we'll select the database. We've got our 3 tables there that we had established before. And just like you would have in Softr before, you can now map that data based on the database that you have inside Softr. So if you're new to Softr, this is a fantastic way to get started because you don't have to learn a whole new platform and Softr. You can learn them both in the same place. If you are not new to Softr and you've been using a lot of external platforms, you can now very quickly integrate your previous databases into Softr itself, remap those data fields here. There will also be a way to easily import in addition to CSV uploads, hopefully sometime soon. So be on the lookout for that as well.